any notes. I'm going to make this business as simple as possible. Is we put a prospect in front of a presentation, whether for the product or the business. And as my mentor, Tim Sales says, drama or no drama. Who here would like to sign up for the no drama class? It's like, I know. So that sounds amazing. And if you do it well, you can make an extra $500 a month. You can pay for your products. You can make $1,000 a month. Go grab yourself a nice vacation. We're going to talk about vacations today with Mr. Matt Alf and Joleen as well too. And if you really want, you can make thousands and 10,000s and hundreds of thousands a month and more. I'm around a mastermind now, and there's people literally that have made basically $1 million a month in what it is that we do. So whether it's 500 or a million, it's all the same thing, just scaled a lot more, which is just getting a prospect in front of a presentation, drama or no drama. Now, what makes this business fascinating and why I love it so much is that the challenge to succeed is a very real thing. Why is it challenging? Well, who here can agree that we're our own worst enemies, right? When I got introduced to this, I'm like, I'm not Jolene. I'm not James LaPonzi. I'm not a Katie Garner. I'm not like them. I'm a shy, nerdy Asian kid with no friends and I had no skills. Like they could do it, but I don't know if I could do it. And we like to justify ourselves and create stories in our mind on what it is we believe we can do. I think we have to be careful on what we choose to believe. Henry Ford says, if you think you're right or you think you're wrong, you're right. So might as well check, inspect what it is that you expect. So ourselves is a tough thing to navigate. I can barely wake up some days. How about you guys? There's some of those days. And let's say you lead yourself well, then the real fun games and challenges is leading someone else. Leadership is a scary topic. Who here, when you hear leadership, you're like, wow, yeah, let's go, you know? Or if you're like me, I'm like leading someone. That's a lot of responsibility. Like, can I really do it? Will I be a good leader? And here's what I've realized is that the life is challenging regardless of if you try or not. So if you're going to have a challenge in your life, might as well have a challenge that will lead you to become proud of the person that you become, that'll lead you to serving and impacting so many more people, that'll lead you to a lifestyle that you'll absolutely just love and everything. But here's one thing, and then we'll get into today is this, is one thing I've realized is the more that you want to impact and inspire and to succeed, there's a good and an evil out there, and there are things that will try to derail you. And I'm a little bit weird now, which is when things get challenging, I get extra excited. When it looks like things aren't going according to plan, I'm like, oh, here we go. Because if you persist with an expectant attitude and you keep on focusing on the main thing and not get distracted, what's our main thing? We power health and prosperity around the world in Partner Code. That's our mission. We have amazing products. Who here was on the Dr. Josh Plant call live or replay? And you heard that whole GLP-1 conversation, which, guys, it was the no one can beat this, guys. I've never seen anything on the planet. GLP-1 peptide, hey, good for them. And while I'm not trying to beat anyone, we're in competition with ourselves. I am trying to beat people too, because might as well, right? So if we pass them, then we're there. That call got almost 500 shares. It had 720 people live at midday when most people are at work, and it was not a short call, and it still continued to go viral. We have an amazing product, an amazing solution that's transformed people's lives. I was Kelly, shout out to Kelly. She's our amazing babysitter, house manager, everything. She's down like 4 or 5 pounds in her first week on the drop. She has her first customer already that's already down like 5 pounds in the first week. Like people are feeling amazing on our program inside and out. We also power an amazing opportunity of which I want to tee off today with an incredible story. Okay. If you're able to type in the chat, put into the chat story. We are professional storytellers. Facts sell, stories sell. And you're always creating your next story. And I want us all to think, if you've been involved, what's been your story so far? Or if you're new, what will your story be? Or what can it become? And if you view your journey in your wellness and in your prosperity as a story, and you think to yourself, what would $1 million story look and sound like? Is my story something, Jim Rohn would say this, a personal development guru, is it something that's so amazing that people would want to tell it around the world? Why not? We're all living this life anyway. And when you start to think about your partner code journey, for example, on the product, what is that story amazing that you want to tell it? How about your opportunity story? Are you going to let the naysayers take you down, or are you going to show them what's up? Best revenge is massive success, as Frank Sinatra said, you know? So now I grimace with joy. And I'm like, count it all joy, it says in scripture. When trials hit you, I'm like, let's go. Let's go. So, baby Jaden's good. Life is good. We're going off to Australia at the end of this week to go meet with our amazing Aussies. But we are here right now. Janine is on the way to that amazing event. But today's not about me. I want to bring up Matt and Joleen. Now, I want to go to Matt first because I know he's literally on the clock. But we got to talk about Matt's story. If you saw Matt winning the Body Balance Challenge, put a one in the comments. If you don't know the story yet, put a two in the comments. But we got to talk about this story. And it's not only that he lost 38 pounds in 30 days, but it's how and why he decided to do this. But Matt, you able to mute yourself? Thanks for spending some time on the clock. I hope you don't get in trouble.
No, thank you for having me. No, I have a good team here who support one another, so they are very much letting me have this time, a few minutes. So thank you very much, James. So story. Yeah, this is a story that I didn't think was gonna actually happen. So I'm gonna take you all back to um, kind of last September. Um, for many of you know, I was out of a job during that time. And me and my wife, our anniversary is June 2nd. We got married in 2021, which would make this year 25 years. Um, and so we last year I booked us a cruise for our 25th anniversary, and we were supposed to go this end of May into June and celebrate our anniversary. Um, Unfortunately, that was not what God had in planned. And in doing so, with financial struggles and that, we ended up having to cancel that. As hard as that was, because we've been through some very, very dark times in the past 5 years, and um, to say that this is probably one of the biggest blows that I've had is an understatement, because my wife has stood by me through thick and thin, through the ups, the downs, the roller coaster ride that for anybody that's been married for any length of time, it's a roller coaster ride, and it's the best ride in the world. But it doesn't come without challenges, and it doesn't come without struggles. We are faith based. We're a faith based family, so we knew that God. Okay, we're gonna have to cancel this, but we know that there. We're gonna walk through this wilderness, and God, we're gonna come out better. We just don't know what that's gonna look like. Fast forward to December, and by this time we had already canceled our cruise, and we found Partner Co in that struggle through Allison. And if you don't know Allison, I think everybody knows Allison. But if you haven't, she is just a incredible woman, incredible woman. And so we found Partner Co through that. My wife Joleen and her are very close friends, and we've done life together for the past 8 to 10 years. Oh. And so um, we got touched onto that. December, God provided a job that was very. At first, I didn't think it was going to be the right job. It turns out to be it was the perfect job. And when January hit, and we had this body balance challenge, there were a couple things that came into mind. Obviously, we wanted to, it's like a challenge. I'm very competitive, very, very competitive. And so when I saw that, hey, there's this challenge and it's something that I want to get healthy. I want to be the best version of myself. I want my wife to be proud of who she sees and who she's married to. And when I saw that what the prizes were and everything, I honestly did not think that that was even something I could obtain.
Mm,
And I think that that's probably one of the pivotal struggles that I think I know I face, and maybe a lot of other people face, is that doubt that I can do something.
mm,
Um, and I know that, you know, I always believe that, hey, with God, I can do all things. But for some
mm,
reason, my own pride, my own whatever you want to call it, put that word, whatever, in place that it derails us, and sometimes
mm,
it makes it disables us from believing that we can do something. But I started, and through the help of my wife, who was very big on making sure I was consistent, because it was going to be easy to start, but easy to quit too.
mm,
Um, my wife was very big on consistency, and she would make dinner, and there wasn't any of the freebies, the side things that we love. That, hey, I'm gonna go snack on this and that kind of stuff. I was very much consistent with that. Well, at the beginning of it, I started losing some weight, and I didn't notice it at first. What I did notice is when I looked in the mirror, I didn't like what I saw. I didn't like that I saw a man who um, had gained weight. I didn't like that I had these bags underneath my eyes. I had inflammation in my face, my neck, my knees, just through 22 decades of doing law enforcement. It was ground and pound, and it broke my body in so many ways. Um, but I started taking, continually took the drops. I continually took the advantage. I started taking the more of the Everglow, not even realizing
mm,
that that actually helps with the joints and rehabilitation. And
mm.
I used to be somebody that literally, when I bent down and got on one knee, I'd almost have to have help getting back up.
Wow.
And I started noticing I was somebody who would sit on the couch all day in depression because of the fact that I didn't have a job, because I didn't know what we're going to do. I didn't know where the money was going to come from, although
Mm,
God always provided. It's
mm,
amazing how God provides when you have no idea how you're going to make it, and God just
mm,
finds a way. Um, Somehow the money was there.
mm,
And so we got into this business because of the fact that, when we mentioned, hey, it was 500, you earn $500 a month, $1,000 a month. And James, I remember you saying during, I think it was Sunday, who here would like to get $500 a month? Everybody, or
mm,
$1,000. And we're like, $500 a month. You know what that did for us?
mm,
That got us groceries when we didn't have any money.
mm,
That provided food on the table so that we could um, have food. I mean, that's how much of a struggle that we were going through.
mm,
And as a man of the
mm,
house, and as somebody who is called to be the provider of the home, that was a struggle for me to accept. And so
mm,
this body balance challenge, I started seeing a difference in about a week. And
mm,
James, I was sending you photos. You were the
mhm.
only one I was sending photos to, because I was like, I went on the scale and I'm like, okay, I don't know about that. And started seeing, I did, pictures and everything. Um, well, that consistency turned into belief. And that belief started to resonate in me to say, I can actually do this.
Mm,
And that belief turned into momentum. And this
mm,
is where the shift comes in. Because when you have a momentum change, you look at um, what can you do with this? And I
mm,
knew at that point, it was like that, it was a mind shift that I'm like,
mm,
something just turned. It was a mind shift change
mm,
where we weren't able to go on my 25th anniversary, but through this gift that God has given us through this company, is there a chance that maybe we could go and celebrate our 25th anniversary in Maui with some of our family through Park Your Co? Is there a chance that we could be in the running for that? And that where that momentum kept me going. I would never, I didn't tell my wife, oh my gosh, this is what I'm doing. I think deep down my wife knew that, hey, this is what I was trying to do.
Mm,
But that momentum, and I didn't see a lot of it until towards the end when my wife
mm,
actually one day said, oh my God, I can actually see your abs.
come on.
And I was like, wow. And from there, it became that momentum just carried me through. And I remember taking my final weigh in, and I went from 189 pounds down to 151.2.
Mm,
And I will tell you that a lot of that came from work because I'm working right
hmm.
now, but I went from not walking anywhere to walking 25 to 30,000 steps a day. Instead of
Wow.
taking the elevators, I'm taking the steps up the stairs. It's
Mm,
being intentional with that. So, long story short, um, because of this company and because of God's grace and because of the overflowing love and care and compassion that this team and this group have, um, we were able to we can celebrate our anniversary with the people that mean the most to us, with the people that mean the most of us. So I'm truly like blown away. I was blown away yesterday at everybody's transformation. When I saw some of them, I'm like threw my almost like throwing my hat up saying, yeah, there's no way. Some of these transformations were absolutely ridiculous. But the one thing I can honestly say is that, and I think I mentioned this on Sunday, is
mm,
that motivation and that momentum allowed me to look in the mirror and say, you know what? That's the person that I've been waiting to see.
mm, mm,
And that person right there, I'm not going back. I don't want to see this other person. This is who I want to see. But only next time I want to see this person even greater. And so the goal is to be able to, celebrate with my wife and celebrate with my kids longer and have that time because as we all know, time it's not guaranteed. So
let's go.
I just thank you, Jolene.
Congratulations.
And so
Con-
yeah, I don't want to take up all the time, but man, what an honor to be able to call this group family. What an honor to be part of a group. And I will tell you that there is no way and we are truly greater together. And I
Amen to
truly
that.
believe that I don't care where you're at. I don't care where you're at. If you set a goal, um, it's the team that will help carry you to that goal. And we don't do this alone. So thank you so much for this time. I appreciate you, appreciate the group. And I'll turn it back over to you.
Quick question. So how does it feel to know you're taking your family to Maui now for your 25th anniversary?
It's I'll be honest with you. If I would be lying if I said that it still hasn't sunk in yet. Yesterday, I got done
Is
with the
it better
call.
than a cruise? I'm curious.
Oh yeah, it's better than cruise. Now I'll tell you one reason is because I'm not paying $8,000 for a Hawaii.
Hey,
But here's the thing is that
congratulations.
yeah, I literally yesterday after the call, I had to fight trying not to grin from ear to ear as I'm going around the hospital and with very sick people and just it was tough, but it allowed me to literally show them a smile and care for them and probably some of
Mm,
them their worst times. And I think that
hmm.
sometimes that just is the remedy for true happiness. So thanks again.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you, James.
Thank you. Guys, through Matt, tons of love in the chat below. How beautiful. How beautiful. What a story. And you know what's great is that story, well, it won Maui, because not everyone's going to win. There was 1,400 people in the Body Balance Challenge, guys. There's a lot of competition, right? So, not an easy one by any means. But at a 1,400, there's going to be one winner. I think we knew Matt was going to win because when the why strong, the how becomes easy. Like, get out of the way type of a thing. But Even if you don't win the competition, you win in life. Because whether or not you win a Maui trip or not, those photos and that story itself, that's the $1 million story. Guys, I got my first big transformation on the products 11 years ago. I'm still using that story today. I was with Pam Middleton all weekend. We were doing drop talks with Matt and Joleen and Sunny and a lot of people. And Pam Middleton got her transformation like 9 years ago. She kept the results and she still tells the same story. So that story, I want us all to think for ourselves in your product story. What is that for you? It's not always a weight loss thing. It doesn't have to be a weight loss thing. Tammy has an amazing hormone, a thyroid story, right? Like we all have an incredible story, and it's for somebody. I'm looking at James Laponzi here. If you want to see someone that shares his story all the time in a good way, watch James Laponzi, and he's still recruiting with that same story. Adela Sanchez, still recruiting with that story. And if you need another story, who here feels like, you know what? I'm inspired to take my story to the next level too, right? Give me a wave or put a me in the comments below. You can always create your next one. So my encouragement, my challenge to us today is if you got inspired by that, take it to the next level. Remember, so that's a very, very big thing. And that's what our business is all based on. Okay. I see this business so clearly right now. I have a song in my head right now. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I'm not the best singer, but literally that's going through my mind. And the business is so simple. I've been telling this to everybody, but we start with our incredible product transformations, right? That's the cornerstone of everything that we do, whether it's the drops or whatever it is. I also love that Matt was using multiple different products. Explore them all. The more, by the way, that you use on your transformation, the more you're going to sell to other people. If you use one product, you're going to sell one product. If you use five products, you're going to sell five products. Or if you use 10 products, you're going to sell 10. Who here would rather sell 10 products over one product, right? Put a 10 in the comments, right? So experience the products, utilize them, right? They're all amazing. Like fall in love with them. Is your lifestyle filled with the products? You cannot fake it, right? So that story is where it all starts from. And we're constantly creating the next one. But as you start that story on the business front, how do we take your story and other people's stories and then translate that into impact and income? Well, we call it phase one and phase two of your business. Phase one is when you launch your business, right? I'll have Jolene speak to this in just a bit. But when you launch your business, we have a whole system in place. We have a launch post, right? Kelly made her launch post and it was so popular it got taken down by people. Bonnie just made her launch post and she had like 40 plus comments on that, right? We have a launch colored pin post and then every day from there, keep on posting. It's important to post every single day, at least like 5 days out of the week, like that, because we want to share with people what it is that we have. Let me share this tracker with you. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. This is in the Warrior Movement Facebook page. This is done by corporate. There's actually a challenge right now that if you do these what's called income producing activities, a couple of simple habits every day, you will get results. So if you look on the left side here, weekly actions, you post twice a day, right? One, we say do a product post, share Matt's story. I take his story, right? I made a post today. You can take that and kind of make it your own. I wouldn't just straight copy paste that one, maybe put it in chat GPT or something, but like share the story. At least do it once a day, something with your drops. In the beginning, we give that to you in our boards and in our scripting. Number two, post about your life. Right. Today I posted about baby Jaden being in the emergency room, right? We're all lifing. So whatever it is about you, something encouraging, something enlightening, something fun, right? Couples photos. I love to hear more about Matt and Jolene's fun life as parents and married couple, right? So whatever that is, post twice a day. And then we want to ultimately show the business of the product. If you show the business or product to 5 people a week, you're going to make part-time income. If you show 5 people a day, you're going to make full-time income. So if you do those things, it's going to be really, really cool. And there's a cool tracker on this, by the way, which you can utilize. And anyone that submits this tracker, you're in a raffle. And also, by the end of the 4 weeks, this is the end of the first week, you will also automatically win a $100 in product credit. Guys, just for tracking yourself and submitting, you don't have to win or anything. Like you don't have to, you just do the action. You will get $100 of product. Who here would just love $100 of extra product in their pocket? That's an advantage. That's an Everglow. That's like a lot of cool products, right? That's multiple Noni. So you can do this. This is in the Warrior Movement Facebook group, and just download that tracker, start filling it out, and stay tuned. There's going to be ways on how to submit that, right? So we say launch your business, post twice a day, go through our scripting, follow the system to a T, drive to ultimate, lock in the top paid position as quickly as possible, and then enroll two partners. Start the duplication process. That then will get you into what's called millionaire mentorship, our higher level training. And that's been who here's a millionaire mentorship, by the way. Give us a wave or put an MM in the gosh, it's so fun. Like this is like real stuff to the next level. So we want to train you on higher level competency and skills and leadership and all these things. It's a whole community, it's a whole vibe, you know? But that's going to take you from 500 or $1,000 a month to thousands a month to 5,000 a month to 10,000 a month and more. That's our goal of that place. And you just kind of rinse and repeat this with you and your team and your customers, right? You just keep on rinse and repeat this. Talking about launching their business. Joleen, what's so funny is Matt and Joleen are they're vice presidents already in this company, which is like six, seven titles up there. So Matt got another story like 6 months in, or 4 months, or I think it's not that long. So you don't have to have the best story right away. You want to keep on making it better. But it doesn't hold you back, even if you don't have a story. Some of us think, well, then I got to do what Matt did and go get some crazy before and after photos, and then I'm going to go do this business. Jolene, that wasn't how you thought when you first got introduced to this business, right? How fast did you guys go ultimate when you first got introduced to this, Jolene? Oh, let me unmute you. Hold up. There you are.
So we literally came in at Ultimate.
Mm.
And if you remember, Matt said he was out of work. So we came in, we had not even dropped yet, literally not even a drop under our tongue. We decided to take that leap of faith and go directly as Ultimate. And I was nervous. I was the one working. I was the one tutoring. I was the one hustling. And I remember that box came and the like, oh poop, we got to make this work was probably the first reaction I had, because I was like, oh, we have all of this. How are we going to do this? We haven't even used it. But truth be told, we followed the system. We took the plan and went step by step. We might have fast tracked a little because I was really nervous that I had all of this stuff. And yeah, we did our post. We both did it. And then it kind of, we are very competitive people. Mine got better than his. And he's like, oh, I gotta show this up. So then he started making more conversations because he wasn't working. And then all of a sudden his blew up. So, we just followed the process. And when following the process, we blew through that product, and we were then like sending people to our website. And so it was fast because it's set up like that.
How fast were you able to make your money back?
Oh, probably, well, I will say we made it back way before Black Friday because we dropped it all
Mm,
again on Black Friday.
nice. There we
And then
go.
again, the product came and my reaction was, oh, poop, we got to make this work. So,
So awesome. So it sounds like you chose to go. There's many ways to go ultimate. Ultimate's 1,500 points in your first 4 Fridays, whether you buy it, whether you sell it, or a combination of the two. Some people love to buy a lot of product for them and their families. Some you can get bulk packs, and then you can resell the drops as well too. So it sounds like that's what you did, Jolene. Did you get a big a
yes.
bulk pack?
Yes, we did. So we came in literally um, on the PXP pack, and we didn't even go to PXP. I felt like I was
Ah,
there because Allison was really kind of sprinkling partner
yeah,
co on us. We hadn't
yeah.
quite committed yet,
Hmm.
but it was, oh look, oh look, Joe. And so all her pictures, her product testimonials, she kept sending and peppering it. So any
Mm,
event that you guys go to, I would challenge, like, if there's somebody on your heart that you want to be partnered with in business, pepper them with things, and
mm,
it can be little. It was, oh, look, you would like electrolytes. Look at what's coming. You like, good skin. Look what's coming. We have some amazing products coming through the line, and I already have a list of people that will be getting special pictures sent to them when we're in Maui.
Oh, you're ready. Let's go. So, guys, I hope you hear the story, right? We have the story on Matt and Joleen's incredible testimonial with the products as well too, just amazing. But on the business side, I don't think we talk about this enough. It's about how much, how fast, and how fast we do things will duplicate into the team. All right. I have a similar story, Jolene, which is there came a time when I'm like, all right, this is the time to go ultimate. The moment I went ultimate and I decided to commit to that, my whole business started to blow up because it's a decision, it's a commitment. It's like I'm going all in. So that's super, super key. So depending how you want to run your business, we can wait till the end, or we can do it as quickly as possible, however it means, and then you go and you just take action. I know. So looking back, Jolene, do you think it was a mistake to go ultimate right away? Because everyone's got a different financial situation, so don't do something that's like financially unsavvy. But like, what do you think about that as you think about how you started?
Wait, hang on, I lost you.
Oh, there you are. Yeah. Do you regret getting ultimate right away? Because that's pretty
No, not
risky.
at all.
Mm,
There were times though in the middle of it that I thought, I wish we would have, like, what if we didn't? What
mm,
if we worked towards it? Because we did. We went immediately. We literally signed up and then went ultimate. Um, and I know now though, like with the brand partners that I've worked with, I had one who kind of waited and we
mm-hmm,
worked until that, I think, third or fourth week,
mm-hmm,
and she hit
mm-hmm.
it. But for me, it was like, yeah, let's just go all in, make it work. We're committed. I think also, I don't regret it, but I also think we could have done it the other way too. I really
Yeah.
do. With the amount of people who were asking questions and what are we doing and how are we doing it, I think, you know, it can go both ways. It
Yeah.
really can. And it's set
There's
up to
boundless
work both
stories on
ways.
both sides.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Do what makes sense for you. I always are on the side of what gets you a little bit scared. That's probably the right direction of growth, which is what I'm hearing from Joleen, you know? So if a decision doesn't make you a little bit fearful, then we're not growing, right? So that's always the right direction there. And trust when you make the decision, the path will make itself here. I hope you heard it from Matt's story on Maui. I hope you heard that from Jolene's story and ultimate launch in their business. So you completed phase one. Now you're in phase two. Now you're developing more skills. All right. So
Yes.
phase one is all of us have X amount of people that we're acquainted with on social media or in person. And then we're promoting there. And 90 days later, we're like, all right, I got to learn some more skill sets. This last weekend, we were in the Bay Area and we do what's called a drop talk. A drop talk is a presentation, right? Talk about the drops, talk about the business. Both you and Matt were able to share your stories and present and everything and pick that up. How did that feel to be able to share your story on stage?
Honestly, so we have done events with our other business. We called them Health and Hope Nights, but they were very intimate gatherings. They were literally just our clients. We would come have them come over. We would show them a recipe. We would have recipes. As our team grew, we would have them, but it was always an intimate gathering and never like a big event with other brand partners and other people you don't know. Um, I'm an introvert. I know I don't seem like it, but I am an introvert who can put on an extrovert outfit and, and rock it. But I'm very much an introvert. And so that is hard for me. But I know that if I get uncomfortable, I'm taking a step further to grow.
Mm,
And so I have to put myself in uncomfortable situations. I'm very comfortable in my home. My health and home nights were 9 times out of 10 held at my home where I'm comfortable, I'm safe. Putting myself out there in, the public, so to speak,
mm,
very difficult. But
makes
we
sense.
did it because you got to do it. You got to do it scared.
And you didn't die.
I didn't die.
You inspired, in fact. They're absolutely incredible. So, Guys,
And
this is
I
what
mean,
it's all about.
honestly,
Yeah.
Sunny was great because I would have shrunk back and I would have been the one like, I'll do the food or I'll do this, I'll be behind the scenes. And, he needed somebody for the registration table. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it because I knew I needed to put myself out there. I needed to
Mm,
do something that's out of my general wheelhouse.
so good. Well done. Well, congratulations, Jolene. The story is just continuing to expand from here. When's Officer happening?
Oh, it was on our wish list by PXP. But
Ah,
I know because of what Matt has set us up for in his leadership in this, it's still very achievable by PXP.
oh,
So
absolutely.
we actually left the drop talks this weekend with a renewed fire before even finding this out. So I think this has just lit us even more to go for it.
Let's go. Come on. Officer's top 1%, for those who don't know. Matt, last words?
Yeah, real quick.
Oh, try that again.
How's
There you
that?
are. You're
Okay.
good.
I would say, just before I have to go, I would say, if you get a chance for anybody that hasn't been to either a drop talk or an event or anything like that, I know everybody always told me, like, hey, you walk away from those like fired up. You walk away with those with so much momentum. And if you've never been to one, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. I will tell you. I went to both the Saturday one in Sacramento as well as the one in Pleasant Hill. The Sacramento one, I got up on stage and when I watched the replay, I was like mortified because I felt like I crashed and burned. It's kind of like the old Top Gun thing, like, hey, the first time, yeah, I crashed and burned. What about the second time? I don't know, but it's looking good so far, kind of thing. I
Hmm.
crashed and burned the second time, and this is what I love about this group is you can ask for feedback and they're going to give you constructive feedback out of love. And it's not to tear somebody down. James, I asked you, how did I do? What can I do better? And you gave me some pointers. Sunday, I applied some of those pointers and I walked away from there so fired up because it's almost like less was more. But you gave me some nuggets and it changed that presentation for me, and it
Hmm.
made me the feedback I got was amazing. And so now I'm just I can't wait to go on another one and do another one. But if you haven't been to one, folks, I'm telling you what, you owe it to yourself to go to one. And I think we're gonna have some more coming up. The more the merrier. Love to have you. Anyway, I don't want to take up your time. Thank you so much. I do have to get back to work though.
Handle it.
All right.
Absolutely. Perfect
Thank you
time.
all.
We're wrapping up.
All
Thank you,
right.
Matt.
Thank you.
Either go to one or make one happen, right? So this is the time, guys, we need to be bold. We have an amazing gift and a message to share with the world. We have nothing to hide. It's like, in fact, we're just out there. People are like, oh, you guys are really good. Like, that's the response we get every single day, everywhere that we go. So, as we conclude this, what's your story going to be? What's the next chapter of your partner code journey with your wellness? What's the next chapter of your partner code story with your business? And perhaps it is that challenge that you're facing right now that's been really taking you down, that's been disrupting your life, that's been just like, why is this happening to me? But what if, just like what you heard from Matt's story, what if that was actually the spark to the miracle story? And if you view it that way, that your testing becomes your blessing, and you know that everything's going to work out for your good, then you're going to be like one of us crazy people saying, let's go. I can't wait for the end of this story. So if you're with me on that to create your next chapter in your partner co story, give me a wave or put something in the chat below. It decision first and just start to go down towards that direction. And I promise you, all the stuff will figure itself out. You'll figure out the right strategies. The prospects will come, the teammates will come, the strategies will come. but it's up to us to make the decision first. All right. So with that, the rest of this week, we have a couple of cool calls. Joleen, thank you so much. Inspiring as always. This is what we call our income producing activity call. Every day of the week, we have a different focus, right? Today's Tactical Tuesday. Tomorrow, we have a Wellness Wednesday in the morning over here. And we're going to actually break down the Dr. Plant call. And I'm going to give a really fun social media assignment that'll get you more customers and pride and retention. So if you want to join us for that, come on there. These are all on Replay on the Champions Network YouTube as well too. Thursday, who here wants to learn some of those speaker tips or story tips, like what Matt was saying, how to be empowered with your store. We'll talk about that. And we're also going to be interviewing Pam Middleton, Sunny Yang, many of the speakers. There were two amazing events that happened this week. Pam's had they had 50 plus people at their event. Like, it was really cool. There's ways on how to set these up and have them succeed. So we want to unpack some details so that you can get some inspiration and details on that. And then Friday, we end the week with what we call Fantastic Friday, which is when we celebrate. We recognize all the cool promotions if you got, the next level. So join us back for that. The more you can make, the better. Do as much as you can. But from there, every day, are you posting twice a day? Are you sharing the product? Are you sharing the business? Are you teaching? Are you getting better yourself? Are you creating the next chapter of your story? If you are, we're in the right place. All right. Other than that, have fun. Thanks everyone for being on. Have a great one. Let's take some massive fun action and have a great one, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Great
Great
call.
call.
Joleen, you guys.
Good night, everyone. Great
Thank
call.
you. Bye.
Good night. Bye.
Muchas gracias.
Fantastic call. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great evening,
Have a
everyone.
blessed evening.
God bless you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Love you.